You are here once again. The great coin flip in the sky, really deciding what I'm going to be doing next, and, going back to some old series that have presumably got a few more episodes seems like a good idea. And of course, as I did quite enjoy Spy Family, why not? So if you're in the mood for some telepathic assassin spy business, we might be in for a good time. Of course, nothing is quite so simple, apart from there probably being a mass amounts of peanuts. But I'm excited. Are you? Well, if you wouldn't be, you probably wouldn't have clicked on the video, so... If you're not watching this on YouTube, consider just playing that version in the background on mute or something. Helps out the channel quite a bit. But, either way, make sure to get yourself comfortable. Maybe a drink or two. Let's try and save the world. Nations are always going to be at each other's throats with ideals are at odds with each other. But actually being able to see the subterfuge between the nations, how many of them have included fake families? Probably too many. And are we going to get any more of the school arc with Anya pretending to be at least somewhat decent at schoolwork, getting into more troubles and issues? There's only so far that reading minds can get you. It would be... Why does that leaf have a hole in the center? Is there meant to be imagery? I did not forget about her brother. What was his name? Yuri? The one that a little too obsessed and was such a good boy when he was young. That's a big dog. Not quite as... Well, actually, no, maybe a little bigger than the one my parents have. Going from the serious to the lessened when shoot a gun? Ah, no, we're just at a carnival. Don't worry about it. I I don't know what to think of this song. It's kind of nice, but it doesn't have the overtly catchy nature to it that I usually like. Okay, and it did anything... Nothing has gone wrong yet, but... Why is there... okay. I thought part of her meal was just fish bones, but no, it's probably she's hopefully eaten the fish off of it. If she needs to... She is far too excited now. Can't wait for anything. Project Apple. Ah! I wonder why. Um, I mean, dogs probably can't subsist off of a dietary life of just peanuts. What way to pretend to be a proper family if not a pet? Ah, well, perfect. I mean, they are properly trained dogs to help with his missions and whatnot and keep the family safe. But at the same time, which part of them? Well, remember the Doberman. Are they? How well trained are they? Look a bit mean. Same to you. Although that's not particularly too secretive, is it? Such a foul mouth. What is this translation? Well, he will be some time. Maybe they forgot the toilet paper while I was in there. There is something dangerous being plotted. No doubt they would have shown Brant's if not for some big plot. And what extracted little information from him. Which one is more tiresome for him though? Now what could have K9 and what could have driven him to these lengths? It's fine, you don't have to. Well, thanks. We've just discovered your name. Oh, the leader's name. He's just sold you up shit creek. Now he's got no loyalty to him. You're gonna spill some beans now. And it looks like he's a little more talkative at the minute. Hopefully, he doesn't take off the mask too quickly and let it all slip, but he's too good of a spy for that. Looks like the looks like the plan was successful there. Hmm. He has just let everything out for hopefully every less of a sentence being passed on him. Her hat. Well, if it was just dogs, try like trained attack dogs, sure, but bomb dogs, now they're How could they ever think that their plans were morally just? Those bastards. And he probably isn't one that holds the information as to the goings on behind the scenes, really. Good thing you've got a bunch of names and the warehouse they were staying in. But the main question is, how does the other side of the family get roped into all of this, considering dogs? This will put a serious strain. Yeah. Need to stop it before it even begins, really. Oh, dog. Mm-hmm. Slipped out of the reins immediately. Oh, he's attacking a child. So we have a Borf. So we have a very sensitive dog that is up for saving civilians there. Get a child out of the way for falling sign. Got some shoddy maintenance work being kept out on the streets here. Let me guess, there's some better animals here. Hopefully none of these are trained attack beasts. She's dashing about. Is there anything that could actually... Which means she's going to be far off. No. Is there anything that can calm her down at the minute with so many different dog breeds around? And now they've locked eyes. So if she can read minds, I'm guessing now can read animals. Surprising none of the other dogs of it. What I forgot, reached through to her, but considering that one could spot the sign falling, now has a view of family. So we got a spy, an assassin, a little girl that can read minds, and what? A future-telling dog? So the whole don't stray away from the dog area, and now we've got this bit. A good question, but also you probably don't want to make too much noise considering the people that were walking him are just not that far away. And what are they set to gain from this? Ah. And now, yeah, you're in a whole heap of trouble, really. I mean, even if she overheard everything, what was a kid like that supposed to... Really? I think they might be bad guys. Just how much are they willing to do for their ideals, for their plan? That's some good teeth on that dog. Borf. I mean, he may... Terrifying. He might be able to sense when things are not quite right, but he's not exactly the high trained guard dog like we've seen with some of the others. You really need to keep a better eye on her. She's gonna have to put some reins on her or something. I mean, yeah, better bird's eye view of the place, sure. Uh, she has an active imagination, but then again, a motherly figure who's just had their kid disappear. Yep, your mind might be overactive. Well, she better rescue her soon then. Yeah, everything will be solved once he's finished with his bowel movement. Hmm. So they've moved since he got arrested. I mean, they are catching up, but they're also so far behind. Now it's gotten even more deadly. Is it a name from the part? Dolphins. Hmm. I wouldn't mind a military crow. Were they released or they go missing? Hmm. There's only there's going to be some holes in this system. Once you're done with your experiments, we don't need these animals anymore. Of course, someone's going to get greedy and want to make some money from it. Well, trust in what he says. Use that moment to run once the phone rings. grab her, start to slink off a little. They're onto them. That bastard! He's ratted on them all. And all of them happened to be distracted by the phone call. No one's got object permanence, really. He must be moving at sub speed to carry it like that. Well, nice camera angle. One could assume. I wonder they would hold a significant bond. As long as she hasn't already. A dangerous dog has absconded with your daughter. What are you going to do now? Taking one of the dogs, or one of the ones they're able to train a little better. They can't stop now. There's. The issue with no one actually believing her when there is a legitimate danger. Then again, how often is there some terrorist organization chasing after a child being carried by a dog? Like the plot of one of her amazing TV shows. I have to say, though, some of the animation bits in this music is leash tugged yet. I would hope that he has a little insurance for one thing, but oh, got multiple bonus from that. He got a little wrong end of the stick, but let's go for it. Ooh. Interesting little start. I like the flow of time. Now this is a bit more of the... Did all of their doors have different handles? How incongruent with each other. But if this is a bit more of the catchy song that I was hoping for. But trying so hard to make, I don't know, pancakes or something. Almost like a fully functioning family. I was about to say, without some activities in the background, like eating the food before it's ready, dropping shit all over the floor, yeah, it wouldn't be realistic. She seemed quite tall there when opening the door. And the dog's just waiting for his turn to join in. We saw a sight of the future. As long as those images can't be changed at all, it won't be too long before he's at least in the same room with them all. And of course, if it wasn't for the opening and the ending, we'd be like, ooh, are they going to stay together? But as far as a guardian mother figure, yeah, Yor isn't doing an amazing job. How many times has Anya just scooted off and gone missing? For an assassin, she really doesn't have good peripheral vision. She gets distracted very easily. As far as organizations go, when you're trying to destabilize nations, yeah, you want a bit of security and secrecy, and you can't let anything slip through the cracks. If you start getting into murdering kids because they overheard you, I mean, sure, if you think your plan is just, some sacrifices need to be made, but Jesus Christ. I don't think it's going to be too long before their plans get scuppered a little, especially after their leader may just be suffering from a few broken bones, ruptured vessels, maybe some internal bleeding. It depends what other kind of plans that Yor gets in her mind that he was attempting to do. Who would have thought that the entire organization was taken down not by the secret police, not by the this spy regime, no, by a dog and a child. Although, to be fair, that is probably a pretty decent pitch for one of the morning programs that Anya would be watching, isn't it? I wonder how much the whole foresight of the future is going to play into it. So, oh, dog has an idea. Anya links with its mind. So, oh, yeah, okay, fair enough. Now, how the hell do we get to that eventuality? They will be needing to be near inseparable, really. But hey, if this big fluffy dog is going to be part of the family, at least you can show it off to the kids at school. But as a first foray back into it, doesn't really ease you too much into the world. It's like, here are the characters, remember them, cool. Well, back into the plots and intricacies. The whole world is tentatively on a knife edge. War is but an inevitability if anything was to go wrong. How many nations are we currently aware of in that predicament? Probably too many to actually think about, but others just end up depressed. Still not entirely convinced by the noises of the dog. Borf. Borf indeed. But just think about it, have they actually checked with the leaseholder of where they live if pets are allowed? I'm sure Lloyd wouldn't have overlooked that. But with a facade of peace hanging in the hanging in the balance, I'm guessing that an assassination attempt is going to be rather abruptly stopped. But at what point are the other dogs going to get rescued? Was it only this one that had the future telling in the intelligence from the experiments before, or are there others out there as well? And what kind of secret plots and ploys and experiments are already underway that we might come across in the future? How much of it is going to be obscenely dumb, but at least in line for a good spy thriller. As long as the dog doesn't get a massive boost in his cholesterol levels, keep the peanuts away, really, I think they're going to be fine. But if you've enjoyed this episode, let me know. If you were eagerly awaiting the return of Spy Family, no, at least there's plenty more to go. Leave me a like and a comment down below. What kind of pet you would like? If it was secretly massively intelligent. Crow, owl, donkey. I mean, that would catch people off guard. Get some rest, consider joining onto the channel, maybe my Discord as well. But I'll see you for the next one. Every one of my patrons helps define my future just a little bit clearer, and so I really do need to thank them, because thanks to the likes of Noku, Raywin, Sal, Trayvon, Shiwan, Akane, Guado, Tori Jane, Kite, Light Wizard 91, Mega42, Diego Zenhausen, SZ9870, Croyville, Maxwell, and everyone else, I can sit back with a little confidence that everything won't go immediately wrong and be lost forever. And so, if you would also like to help boost the likelihood of more anime, consider joining on as well.